Scrap Room once again, and I have a few cards that I wanted to share with you guys and to alter projects. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my camera down, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm back. Before I start to show you the cards that I've been working on, I want to show you a special card. And this card was sent to me by my dear friend Edie. She sent me a rack of goodies for my birthday, and she made this really beautiful card. And you see like the rainbow colors on that, all that shimmer, and just a beautiful card. Oops, hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to let my granddaughter out. She wanted to get out of the room, and she had her hands full with all her toys. So once again, this is the card that my dear friend made for me. Thank you, girl. It's beautiful. Now, another reason why I wanted to, hang on. Okay, sorry, where was I? And so yeah, so I don't know where was I, where I was at, but anyway, she my girlfriend sent me this card, and I loved it so much. And I also, what I admired, well, you know, what I loved about this card, besides, you know, the center, you know, the Christmas joy sentiment on there, was her corner punch. And I think she's used this corner punch before on other projects, and I mean, it's awesome. I like it. I really like it a lot because it's nice and big. It's a good size corner punch. Well, I took my mom. Well, not I, but my husband and I. We went and took my mom to Ross the other day, and let me tell you, I wasn't looking for anything that day, but right before we started to walk to, you know, to check out, I saw an aisle with books, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go through that aisle. And they didn't have much scrapbooking items, but they had this punch here. See, Ross, $2.99. See that? Well, guess what? This is an EK6S punch. What came in it was this. I found it. I found the punch. Yay! So I was so excited, so happy. And I feel like Christmas again, you know, because I found something I've been wanting. So anyway, and you know, and it's a very nice big punch. You get two different punches in one punch, and it was a very, very affordable price, $2.99. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So anyhow, I picked it up, and you know, I went and we checked out, and my mom got her things, and I got my punches. So actually, I picked up two different ones, and so I'll share that with you guys in another video. But anyhow, so this is the card that my girlfriend sent me, and this is the punch right there. And I just so much love that punch that I wanted one. And I remember a while ago I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. Well, it had to be back here in my hometown, so I got lucky. So, good for that. Now, what I did was, because I like that punch, I wanted to incorporate it in my cards, right? Well, not thinking of everything that I was adding to my card. And then after showing it to my sister, she said, well, it kind of looks like Edie's. That's not a bad thing. But it kind of is a bad thing when you're trying to make a card and you don't want to completely copyright someone. You want to incorporate their ideas somehow, but you know, when I do copy someone, it's because I'm going to keep that item. And you know, that way I can be inspired again and maybe change it some, you know, later. But not to actually, you know, copy and then send to someone. No. Because I think that's, you know, I don't think that's right. Anyway, so this is my card, and like I said, when my sister told me that it was like my girlfriend Edie's, which is nothing bad, you know, she makes beautiful cards. It's just, you know, the whole idea about, you know, making a card and then sending it to someone else when she just sent me one, like it. So, I added white, you know, cardstock, white matte, and then I added the red one. And then added my corner punches using my dazzled paper stack that I picked up a while ago at DC by DCWV at, I believe, Joann's or Michael's. I don't remember anymore. It was a while ago. And then so here I went ahead and I used my Tim Holtz movers and shapers, this carved ornaments. And I've been wanting to start my cards because I wanted to use this die. So what I did was I made several of those because that was my intention. Okay, I'll show you. See, I made several because my intentions were to make all my cards just one one kind. Excuse me. And but it didn't turn out that way after all. And before I wasn't sure whether to use this here. And this was using my embossing powder, and I did 2 layers, and I used one of my movers and shapers word there, which was wish. And this is, again, grunge paper. And then this is grunge paper as well, but this one I used the word joy. And this is the small ornament. And this was using crackle paint. Now, I've been looking for the red crackle paint. I can't find it. I just can't. I've gone everywhere. No one has it. They ran out. I don't know, because of the holidays. I have no idea. But I couldn't find it. So, that's the reason why I went with my embossing powder. But then I decided to go with the small one. And I decided to go this route. So, what I did was I just used some cardboard. And then I used some white cardstock. And I adhered that on there. And then I ran it through my Cutterbug. And then I used some of my Stampin' Up! Glorious Green, okay, to go around the edges of the ornament. And then I used some of my green ribbon that I had in my stash. For the sentiment and the image, I used this one stamp that I have here. And I think my girlfriend sent me this one last year, or Amanda. I honestly can't remember which, who sent it to me. But anyhow, I used this one. And because, you have the reindeer, and reindeers are brown, and all that good stuff, I went ahead and I used my Stampin' Up! Markers and to color in the stamp and get this image. Up here, where it hangs, like if you're going to hang it as an ornament, I used the ribbons that my girlfriend sent me on this latest, rack of goodies. And you see how it changes from green to red? I love that because those are the colors I used here. So I love this ribbon. It's awesome. Look at that. I know it's picking it up because I can see it through the camera. But anyhow, that's all I did to this here. I haven't done anything to the inside or anything because, this is the easiest part. And then stamping the back or, signature. So that was my card. So when I decided, okay, sister says it looks like it is, so I gotta make some changes. So this is what I did. Started to work on my second one, but this is a special one, okay? This is a special card, and I only made one of these, and here it is. This one here, I went ahead and I added my, red cardstock. I cut it down, so I used my cardstock to make cards, and then I used some white cardstock, and then red, and then white again. This one I went ahead and I used my corner chomper to cut the corners, and then I used some of the ribbon that my girlfriend sent my way as well, snowflake ribbon. And then I went ahead and I used this is just some brown cardstock. Oh, what is it called? I forgot. And then here I used grunge paper. And then after cutting, my image, getting my die cut, I went ahead and I ran it through my Cutterbug using my snowflake embossing folder. See the snowflakes? And then I went over it with my tea-dye ink pad. And then I just added some bling for the nose, for the eyes, and here for the little embellishments. And then some brown, I can't remember what brown it was, but it was Stampin' Up! Marker. And then a little bit of stickles. And then I added some snow on his spine, and and then right here by his face, his nose, his forehead. I don't know if you can see that. Okay? and then on the tree as well, and then down here at the bottom of the tree. And I was going to go up higher, but I thought, no, it's okay, just down here. And then here at the top left corner, I used one of my poinsettias that I picked up at Dollar Tree. So I just used, one of these and removed the center part, and then I placed one of my handmade paper gardenias, and I distressed the edges, and then I added a little bling right there, and I adhered everything with this one with super glue. And then here for my sentiment, I used one of my little sentiments that I picked up at Tuesday morning a while ago, right before we did our move, and you get all of these for 75 cents. Pretty cute, huh? You get these here also. See? So I only got to pick up a couple of them. When I went back, they were already all gone. So this is my card, or my second card. So what I decided to do was I decided to make different ones instead of sticking to just one kind of card. So then the next one that I worked on was this one. And this is the other little reindeer. Oh, by the way, the reindeer is Tim Holtz Reindeer Flight. And I just, my husband just recently got this one for me about a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say about 2 weeks ago. Because he knew I wanted to work on my cards. And I wasn't too sure if I was going to be going with my, little ornaments, or if I was going to do the reindeer. But I knew I wanted to use the reindeer on my projects for Christmas. So anyhow, so this is the card, and here all I did was how I applied the snow on the tree on this card and on the reindeer was using my Versamarker, this one here, that I picked up last year at Joann's. I picked up quite a few of these, and I shared with my buddies and my girlfriend here on YouTube. And I just kind of like, inked it all up, like if you're coloring the card, and then just place my, add some white embossing powder, and I did 2 layers of that, and then I just did little dabs here and there, placing my reindeer so I knew exactly where I was going to place the snow. And he wasn't actually adhered on the card yet. I was just placing him on there. And then I went and I embossed all my snow. And then I went ahead and I added him on there. Then I did the same thing. I ran him through my Cutterbug using my Snowflake embossing folder. This is the only seasonal one that I have that's actually a Sizzix embossing folder. So I was only able to use my Snowflake. And then here, Movers and Shapers. And this stamp here, I used this one. And I like the whole thing, the little swirls around the Merry Christmas sentiment. So I decided to just go with that as well. And this is using that red cardstock and the chocolate. And then I corner punch the corners, okay, with my corner chomper. And tea dye to, ink up this little reindeer. And the antlers, I use the same Stampin' Up! Marker. And the same thing with the eye, the nose, And this time I use a little ribbon for a little bow for Rudolph. And last but not least, on my cards, I made this one. This one here was just using some red and white. And I have a embossing folder that, that is a calendar. And all I did was I went again in there using my Versamarker, using the fine tip, because it's got 2 different tips, a brush and a pin. So I went in with the pin tip and embossed the 25th, and using my silver embossing powder. And then here I just added these cute little embellishments there, and that's it. So this is my last card. Now let me go ahead and share with you guys my 2 altered projects. The first one, and I gotta give credit to Karen here on YouTube. She's JB Lady Scrapper 48, and she's the one that inspired me to make these. So I've had the products for almost a week since she made her video, and I just worked on it a couple days ago, and they've just been sitting here in my scrap room, waiting to finish a few cards so I can share. So here it is. I made a snow globe. I think it turned out pretty cute, And I didn't find the same little ornaments that she found at Dollar Tree, at her dollar store. Although I do have some now that I found them. You know, we went digging in the storage for the rest of my Christmas stuff, and I had some new packages there because I don't always use everything. And I bought them a couple years ago. Anyhow, so I dug them out, and now I have them here in my scrap room. And so here, what I did was I did the same thing that Karen did. You know, adhered it, you know, inside, and I added a little bow for the Christmas tree, the top, and then I added a couple of little, you know, pom-poms. And what I had to do, because I don't have any doilies, I used some hot glue that I just, you know, applied at the bottom, and then I started to apply some of my little snow, and then I just did the same thing all the way around, and that way it would cover the bottom. Because once the snow moves, you know, then you could see the bottom base, and I didn't want to show the bottom of the glass. Now, what I like about this is that the little Christmas tree is that, you know, with the static, the snow is clinging on there, and I like that the Christmas tree has, you know, that effect. So I like that. And then, of course, I have this, you know, snowflake that I applied at the bottom as well. And I don't have the same snowflakes because I didn't find those, the ones that have like this trim, you know, that little fiber. And this trim here I had in my stash. And then I went in my rub-on stash collection, and I found this one that said "Let Us Know," so I thought it was cute. And then up here, all I did was I adhered this ribbon here, you know, for the hanging part, and then I covered that with some mesh bling that I just wrapped around using my hot glue. Here in the front, I used some loose poinsettia that I had, that someone shared with me. I don't remember who. And I just, you know, stacked them on top of each other. And then I added this little candy cane that I had in my stash. I think I picked these up last year at Walmart. And they come like this. I guess maybe you get like 10, and they're little buttons. You see that little hook right there? That little deal right there is, you know, for the buttons. So these are all buttons. And so I just snipped off the backing and adhere that onto my poinsettia. So that's what I did to that one. And then, let's see. Let me move this back a little bit. And then, last but not least, I made a white one. And I think this one turned out really, really cute. I love this one. This one here, I got lucky because we went to the flea market last weekend. And there was this guy that was selling a lot of new and used stuff. And he had this set there for $2. And it was the Three Kings, some, you know, the little lamps, cheap or whatever, and some, oh gosh, what are they called? I forgot. Okay, anyway, so it was a little set, but he didn't have the Jesus, so he only had it for $2. So I thought, okay, so then I'll take it. This is the idea that I was looking for. You know, I mean, that's the reason why I picked them up was because, you know, my intentions were to use them to use in the globes. So I did the same thing, okay? Adhered some at the bottom to cover the bottom. Put, you know, I placed them on hot glue again, like I said. And then I, you know, just kind of wrapped this around, and using the ribbons that my girlfriend sent my way, again, just recently. Thank you, girlfriend. And it reads out Merry Christmas all along the ribbon, and I use them to use for the hanging part. And then I just used two of my slider buckles, and I placed the center, and I adhere those front and back. And then here at the bottom, again, I went in my rub-on stash, and this one says Peace on Earth, and then a little trim here. It's a silver trim. I don't know if it's picking it up because of the glare of the light, but I really like the way this one turned out. And then I added a little extra on this one. I added some snowflake rub-ons there, see with the light, right there, and then right here. So I added 3 little snowflakes to this one, and I really love the way this one turned out. And again, this is one of the Three Kings, and And yeah, so that's it, guys. So, hopefully I'll be coming back maybe with some more projects. I really do want to complete my cards. Um, I need to get these cards done, and hopefully by the end of the week. And then I'm going to start on some other projects. And when I do, then I will come back and share with y'all. So, once again, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. My girlfriend, thank you for my beautiful card. I love it. This one's going to go back on top of my expedite. And I just brought it down because I wanted to share with you guys one more time. And Karen, thank you so much for the inspiration. Guys, if y'all haven't visited these wonderful ladies, go ahead and visit them. The Paper Crazy Lady, that's my girlfriend Edie. And then Karen for inspiring me in making these snow globes. That's JB Lady Scrapper 48 here on YouTube. Swing by there, guys, and show them some love and be inspired. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. I love you all. I'm glad to be back, and I will see you soon.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look and 5 and 10 glistening once again.